Welcome to the Accidental Overlander. I am Ryan. This is part 2 of this adventure. If you missed the first part, I had some trouble finding a campsite last night, but I found one. Had a pretty good afternoon here hiking around. Now it's time for me to leave here and explore the mountain a little bit. In part 1, I was able to drive a little bit, and I noticed one of the main roads I wanted to check out was closed. So basically, I think I really only have one option. So I want to check that out, see where it takes me, and then we're gonna have to find home for tonight again. And if it's as cold as it was last night, it's gonna get pretty chilly. But let's explore this mountain a little bit. I want to take a second to thank my buddy Will for the new paint job. If you are in the Virginia Beach area, I will leave a link to his Instagram in the description. He does paint cars. Usually his forte isn't doing Raptor liner on SUVs, but he did an awesome job and he blacked it out, and I love it so far. It's easy to clean. I haven't been worried about it getting scraped up on this trip, even though I just got it done. So that is awesome. But if you are in the Virginia Beach area and are looking to get your car painted, I'll leave a link, and then you can send him a message and see what's going on. But thank you again, Will, for the paint job and blacking out the chrome. It looks awesome and I love it. That's why I like this paint job too. Well, I wasn't finding much for camping with all this driving around, but I have found this place, and it's almost kind of like it's almost like a homestead. Somebody brought a picnic table out here. There's another kind of table that was built out here, but this might be my home for the night. It's huge. I've never stayed here before.
A few moments later.
I've actually changed my mind. I'm not gonna stay here. I actually really don't know why. This place is one of the nicest campsites I've ever been at. It might be one of the most secluded. I mean, it's nice. I don't know if it's because of the stuff that's here, because of the picnic table and things like that. I don't know if it's because it's one of the more secluded spots I've been to. I don't even know if it's just because I can already feel tomorrow morning when I have to leave and go home. it's gonna be a lot more work than if I stay at another site. So it could just be that. But I think I might cook a little lunch here real quick. So I'm gonna do that real fast and just have a little breakfast for lunch. And then we're gonna get out of here and find a new campsite and stay there for the night. Might not be the prettiest, but it's gonna be good. Oh, Jesus. Shows my practice. I don't get a chance to sit at one of these while I'm out camping very often. Am I making too big of a deal of this campsite? Most likely. But when you are out remote, especially alone, there's no reason to take any chances. Any inkling that you feel like you shouldn't be there, just get out of there. I do think it's just, I don't feel like driving all the way out of here tomorrow, which is, I mean, that's good enough. That's good enough for me. I've driven around a lot. I don't quite know where I am, you know. This is all new area to me. And then if I go back to the area I've already camped before, that's fine. I'll go down there next time. We'll check this place out. Maybe we'll stay here. Maybe we'll drive farther. Who knows? But either way, we had a great lunch. Everything's packed up. I'm not losing daylight yet, but it's getting closer than I thought it was going to be. So it's time to get out of here, take the long trek back, find a new campsite, and then set up camp. All right, so that was pretty fun. I drove for a long time. Found some new places. And then I know next time when I come here where I want to push forward or a different route to take so I can see a new place too. So all these things are cool. We still did new things. That's all right. I'm actually staying at the site that I wanted to stay at in part 1, link in the description. But this is where I wanted to stay at the first night, so it's kind of cool. I've never stayed here before. I think there's a lot of space. It makes me leaving out of here way easier. So that stress is already lifted off me, so that's nice. I know you were worried about it too, so thank you. But yeah, so now, I don't know, I feel better. Not saying that that campsite was wrong or bad. It just wasn't where I wanted to stay tonight. So we're at this place I'll be able to check out. And it's time to decide, since I had such an amazing lunch, it is time to decide where I want to put the tent. And let's get home set up for the night. So I'm gonna let that fire whittle down and get some coals to it. And while that does that, I might do my favorite thing that I usually don't film, and that's just sit out here and do nothing. Listen to the stream, maybe walk to the stream, maybe feed the fire a little, but basically just sit around and just hang out outside and do that. So that's what I'll do while the fire calms down a little bit. I will say, so far I am enjoying the camp fridge a lot. One of the only downsides is with the cooler, at least I could stack stuff on it. So when I was bringing firewood or stuff like that, bags, I could stack stuff on it, strap it down, and that was okay. Obviously, you can't do anything like that with the fridge. And then you also need to have room on both sides so the fan can cool. So there's that. But other than that, knowing when I go to grab something, it's there. I'm not gonna have my hand freezing cold with ice. All those things right now are pretty nice. If I have leftovers, I can throw them in there. I'll do a video on it soon. I wanted to take it out on a few trips first and kind of see how it works. But so yeah, I'll probably do a little, not a full review, but just an intro and a review on it very soon. If you are new here, you know you usually don't get 2 cooked meals in one video. So you should feel very special, even though this might be the easiest one I've ever done. Crap. Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Alright, I think that's the first time cooking with a cast iron over the fire. Cook like hot dogs and stuff on a stick. I wanted to cook them a little bit more, but I didn't want the grease to spill over and have a crazy grease fire. Very good. Well, I got some peanut M&Ms for dessert. I think I'm gonna call it a night with you guys, because I'm just gonna eat this, relax by the fire, and see what the weather does. Hopefully it doesn't get as cold as last night, but if it does, I'll be okay. But either way, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. The sun's out and it's getting warmer by the minute. My buddy heater and that new stove fan worked awesome. Anytime I turned that on and left it on for 10 minutes, the whole place was warm. So I would highly recommend that. Probably leave a link in the description for you if you wanna grab one. All over Amazon though, not hard to find. You already know with me cooking 2 times yesterday, I'm not cooking breakfast at all, and I'm not really hungry anyway. But we're gonna walk around, check out this campsite a little bit more, start packing up. So I kind of want to see if I can get to the top of one of these little mini hills in front of me, probably the smaller of the two, and just kind of see how that goes. I know it'll warm me up. Well, who needs a buddy heater when you can hike to the top of a, I guess, hill? I made it to the top of the portion I wanted to get to, so that's cool. I'm nice and heated up. I got a good view of the campsite. Ugh. I have to say, this is a good trip. This campsite is awesome too, because there's another little one right across the street. So you have this huge one in an area that's not exactly on the water, but you can still hear the water, which is great. And then have a lot of space. And then across the street, there's a tiny one that can probably fit one tent. But if nobody's there, you can kind of have access to both. So I was just walking across the street and looking at the river. Or if you have a couple of people, somebody can stay across the street and you can kind of occupy both. But it's a very cool campsite like that. I'm gonna sit up here and enjoy the view and the sounds and just enjoy being here for a little bit longer and then start packing up camp. But that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. As always, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask. I will always give you an answer or try my hardest to figure out what it is. You can always message me on Instagram. It's probably the easiest way. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.